What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Fee King Show. It is Monday. It is Manifested Monday. It is Big Money Monday. The Fee King Show is all about who are you? What do you do? What's your why? How in the world are you keeping this thing all together? I.e., what is your self-care modality? I am Fee King, your local fitness go-to girl, your hostess with the mostest. And today is a very, 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 very super duper special show. I have the one I have on the Fee King Show, the one and only Sekou Writes. So here's the thing. I know a lot of you know Sekou, right? Through me. And yes, Sekou Writes is my fiance. He is so much more. And I just want to share with you a snippet of what this man has accomplished, what he is up to, and how he is blessing so many people. I am a blessing because of Sekou Writes, and I'm a blessing because I actually am doing the work. I am taking his counsel, and yes, he is not a licensed financial advisor yet. He is just passionate. He's committed. He's gone down the rabbit hole. He is his own testimony. So let me just read a little bit of Sekou Writes' bio. Even though I know it, I feel like I know it off the top of my head. Let's see how well I do. Alrighty. He is an inspirational speaker today. He is also an author of Hack Your Pain Now. He's also an author of 6 books. Right now, his focus is on Hack Your Pain Now because, like Sekou, all of us at some point in our lives, if not several times in our lives, we are going to experience some form of pain, mental pain, emotional, spiritual, physical, actual, tangible, that you can put your finger on it kind of pain. And in this book, what he does is he gives you these 10 commandments so that you can manage your pain. It is all about the managing as opposed to suppressing it and pushing it down and pretending like it doesn't exist. You actually get to make friends, if you will, with your pain. Without further ado, coming to the Fee King Show, my handsome fiance, Sekou Writes.
Hey, great intro, Pete. Great intro.
You like that?
Yeah, it was cool.
I was gonna say Cat Daddy.
Yeah, Cat Daddy's chilling. The cat is chilling. He came over and set himself up just when I came over to do this interview because he was crawling all around. But now,
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
What's that?
All right, that's my phone.
Your alarm?
Yeah.
Let
Anyway.
them know that you are on the Fee King Show.
Yes.
By the way, your light looks so beautiful, Sekou. Mine, not so much. And I have my light ring, and I
got no light ring, nothing. Just the sunshine.
Sunshine in New York City.
Yes.
Sekou Writes, thank you so much for saying yes, coming on to the Fee King Show. And I want to jump right in. He said, of course. Like, would you have said no?
No.
Of course not.
All right, go ahead.
All right, let's jump into this. So I've been thinking about this day, bringing you on the show and what I want people to know that they may not know about you. Okay. And maybe if they've heard it before, I suspect that it might hit them differently.
Okay.
This weekend, I have been in Maryland, like all throughout Maryland. Had a conversation with someone because I facilitated my first in Maryland group wood tools therapy workshop. And okay. I shared with the women that this is a safe space because we're going to be seeing one another's parts that we might not feel comfortable with and confident about. And so I said to the women, this is a safe space, no judgment. You will be loved. Whatever is shared here will be kept confidential so that we can all feel free to really be ourselves. And some things came up. One of the things is sometimes we paint these illusions, especially with social media. Like social media will have everyone believing that we're happy all the time, we're traveling, we're financially responsible, financially knowledgeable, stable, all of the things, we all agree that there's something to be said when someone is transparent. When someone says, you know, I don't have it all together, but here's what I'm doing. You know, I too, because one of the women admitted that she felt like she was too old to get in shape. She was too old to buy a house. And I was like, ooh, I resonate with that because I've had those feelings. And what I love about the work that you do is that you're so transparent. You're not only transparent with your own situation, your own story, but you're transparent with your desire to help empower other people so that they realize that they can actually start to build wealth from right where they are. And I would like for you to open this show with a quote, if you will, from Bob Proctor about that very thing. And if you need to, you can grab your phone. But I feel like it's so appropriate for where we are and where we're going to go with this today. Do you have it? Because if not, I can do it. But you have it on your phone. You sent it to me about 2 hours ago.
I sent it to you?
Mm-hmm.
2 hours ago.
I sent it to you first. If you want, I can do it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay. Every morning I read to Sekou several pages from Bob Proctor's book, You Were Born Rich.
Right.
This morning, because I'm in Maryland, he's in New York, I'm not reading as many pages. I'll just read some excerpts. And what I read today is a story of an old man who's now very wealthy. He was being interviewed. Do you want to go ahead?
Oh, I thought you were talking about a quote, but you mean this story? This story?
Yeah, it was a quote from him, what he said. But yeah, the story. If you can unpack.
So Bob Proctor was retelling a story by Earl Nightingale. Earl Nightingale is super old, super knowledgeable about this. But in Nightingale's day, there was an old man who was a successful businessman, and somebody asked him about how he got to be where he was, how he got to be successful. And he said just a simple thing. He said that when he was sleeping on a park bench, y'all, a park bench, he decided what he wanted to do with his life. And knowing that then made him successful. Then he was successful on the park bench because he made a decision, a clear cut decision, and that carried him through.
I love that he also said that he knew where he was. I know that I'm sleeping on a park bench.
Yeah.
And I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
And that speaks. I mean, I remember, and so this morning I was sharing with Sekou that I remember this story so vividly. I had just forgotten where I heard about it. I thought I met someone who this was their story. And I did. It was different, but it was very similar. But what I love about this is he realized I can restart from wherever I am. And although you say that, it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to believe it and to put it into action.
Yeah.
How have you put that into action in your own life?
Oh, wow. Wow. How have I put it into action in my own life?
Yes.
I think I've used that to be here in this building, because my phone throws up images like Facebook or something, but my phone does that. And every time I go into the phone app, it throws up a new picture. You want to see this? You want to see this? You want to see this? You know? And it showed me pictures of me taking pictures with this building when it was still being constructed. And I was like, what? Like, I'm posing in front of it, like, this, like this place. And I think I manifested this place by being so focused about it. I manifested this place I'm living. I think that's what I did.
I know that is what you did. What I love about both of our shows is I get to know you through the medium of these interviews.
Yeah.
Sekou's never shared this with me. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. I love that so much, Sekou, because first of all, today is Manifested Monday, and we get to remind ourselves of how powerful we are. And that's
Yeah.
another thing that one of the women who attended my workshop spoke about is how powerful we are as human beings, and we don't realize it. And so we feel like things that are happening, you manifesting that building, is just a coincidence. It's a happens chance. It was luck. But no, it was intentional and specific, and you did that.
Yeah, just a reminder that my amnesia is still present, and so I saw the photo and I was like, what am I doing? And I plugged it in. And I was like, what am I standing in front of? That looks like a blueprint. Like what am I doing? And so to realize that I've done this before gives me gives me the grace to do it again, to find out what I'm capable of, and to make it something bigger.
Yes, like Bob Proctor also says, is think big and image big,
Yeah.
because we know that we haven't gotten to this part in the book, but he has your ABC and D goal. We'll talk about that another time. What would you say to someone who, like you, like myself, some people that you've known, or maybe some of your private clients, who are really stuck with the idea that they can actually start and create a different life for themselves where they are, no matter how much money they have or don't have?
Yeah. So so I've got to ask you to follow me, because I have done all the things. I've been in all the areas. But
Share some of those areas, Sekou, and some of the things.
so one of the things that struck me is that coming from a stroke without any benefits meant that I got direct billed everything, and that my first ambulance was like a mile away from where I was going, a mile away from Fisk University to the hospital, right? And I got that bill, and that bill was $1,000 for that one hospital, for one ambulance ride. And that's of many ambulance rides I've taken, and all of them have been longer than 1 mile. They've all been longer than 1 mile. So I had all these bills, and so I had to focus on money in a new kind of way. I just had to focus on money in a new kind of way. I was like, I got to do this differently. I've got to do this more focused. And so that's how I started studying money. And the stroke meant that I had nothing else to do. Right? That doesn't do. Like, I'm studying money fast. I'm studying money evenly. I'm studying money so I can talk about it on the show every day. And so that has really prepared me for everything else. Now, you asked about a different one of the things I've gone through. One of the things I've gone through is I was making $200,000 a year, just making money, but spending it,
Spending it.
spending it, right? And I didn't know what to do with it, right? And I didn't know what to do with it. And then later, after I lost that job, I started doing DoorDash. It's much smaller income, from $200,000 to DoorDash. But I started doing the things that I'm supposed to do. The things I'll tell you about in my conference. The things that I do still manifested, and it manifested quickly. I mean, quickly. It just grew very, very, very fast.
So it sounds like you were clear. You were also extremely focused, and you did the work. Because what I'm hearing you say is there was a time when you made $200,000 a year and you weren't doing anything with your money. I would like to interject by saying one of the things that Sekou doesn't share and doesn't talk about enough is the fact that he's extremely educated, formally educated. I mean, you're an intelligent person, but you've always had strong desire and ambition. Sekou owned a condo in New York, sold it, and was intending to buy a brownstone in Brooklyn. The people who were selling it weren't moving fast enough. There was a delay, and you were in a hurry. So he ended up taking that money because I want you to hear this, Sekou, because sometimes you'll say, I had all this money, I made all this money, I didn't know what to do with it. But sometimes you did. And what you did with that is you bought a apartment complex in Nashville, family. And I'm not talking a duplex, I'm not talking a fourplex. He bought an entire
10 units. 10 units.
Thank you. 10 units. 10 units. Right? And so what happens is because no one taught Sekou some of the pitfalls that could occur when you purchase a whole building, let alone a home. And part of that is because he didn't ask as well, right?
Yes, that's important. I did not
That
ask.
is important. And so now he gets to learn from a different lens. You get to learn from a different lens, and now you are teaching what you're learning. So if someone is struggling with just the idea of, okay, I'm working 2 jobs, all of my money is going to bills, food, car. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I ain't got it. I don't have it. It's not possible. So speak to that person.
So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about going from $200,000 a year where you can afford anything to DoorDash, where I'm hustling for every dollar. Every dollar I got to do something with this. I got to do something with that. You know? But what I discovered that if I held back 10%, I held back $10 for every $100 I made, I stick that aside. When I got paid, the day that I got paid, I would take $10 out and put it away, right? For $10. And I was like, all right, let's see what happens with this 90. 90 went, and it was like I forgot about the $10. And then I did it again, $10 when I got paid. And I did it again and again. And now I'm not going to tell you that I was consistent with it. I'm not going to tell you that because I was inconsistent. Sometimes I hold on to it like I need the money. But let me tell you, the times that I spent the money, it's not the times that I shifted the money aside, that money started to grow fast. And it's like the universe is working with you. Like the universe is working with you. When you put your money aside, when you put that tiny, tiny piece of money aside and leave it alone, it grows. And then it speaks to you like, what you want to do with me? What you want to do with me? I'm here now. What we doing? Yeah.
Because the universe, God, is hearing you, and what you're saying to God is, I trust you.
Yeah.
And what God is hearing is, I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm willing to do the work because I trust you.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I was doing DoorDash, counting every penny, and I was able to shift aside $10, just $10 aside, and it stayed there. I never had to come back and get it because everything I could do, I could do with 90. And so I just left that $10 there, and it grew. And I was like, I got to do something with this money. And I talk about that in my seminar too. But I got into the stock market. That's what I did.
One of the other things, Sekou, is sometimes when people are, sometimes we all experience, what is it called? Imposter syndrome. Right? We think we need to know everything.
Yes.
Have all the certificates, the degrees, and
forget it. Forget all of it. I ain't know anything. Except I need to save 10%, $10. $10 out of $100. Right?
And I
put
think
it aside.
I think you also knew that what you were doing, what you had been doing, was not working for you or was
Oh
no
yeah.
longer working for you, right?
No,
Because
not working.
again, you made $200,000 a year. You bought a condo, sold it, made a lot of money. You knew to roll that money into another investment, but again, you didn't have the counsel. So I think also a lot of times when things are happening to us, it's actually happening for us, like your stroke. And no one wants to be shaken up in that way. None of us want that, but it's usually not our decision. If you want to make God laugh, tell God your plans. I want to be shaken up really lightly and gently and very lovingly and pain free, preferably, God. And so, what I want you to be reminded of is that you've never stopped going down the rabbit hole. And what I appreciate and what people are going to appreciate in your class Wednesday, this week and next week, is the fact that you could have gone down the rabbit hole alone and experienced fear, imposter syndrome, and said, I'm just going to do this for me because I need to get me together. Mm-hmm. And not share this with us. Because you shared it with us, I have begun investing. I've begun buying stocks. I never, come on now. I'm sure I'm like the majority. That's not for me. That's not what we do.
Yeah.
Can you speak to that?
Yeah. So it's interesting because you're giving me props on being transparent. And yet that's the only way I know how to be. Because since my stroke, I have been a different person than I was before the stroke. Before the stroke, I kept everything quiet. Like, you know that I bought a building. You know that I bought a house. Like, all this was secret. And now I'm like living with it all out. Living with it all out. And I'm learning that it's important to talk to people so that you can get something from someone who's done it before. You can lock in with it. So what I did was, just to be clear, because I set that my $10 aside, $10 out of 100 aside, and then I decided to do something with it because I had enough money to do something with it. And what I did was I put it in the stock market. I didn't know anything about stock market. Anything about stock market. I started with $1. $1. I put it in on AMC. I was like, it's going to kill me. It's going to disappear. And it disappeared. That built my energy more and more and more. And thus far, I mean, it's done great. And now I've got a financial advisor who's currently constantly figuring out things to make it better.
Bravo.
Yeah.
I tell you, people are going to be astounded by your story and astounded by what they will be able to do if they simply have a willingness. Right? Rev Melissa talks about the difference between being willing and saying yes. You don't even need to say yes right away, but simply by having a willingness to do something different, to be open to the possibilities and believe that you can actually start where you are.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about.
It reminds me of your friend who came and surprised both of us by telling us he's going to watch my show. Shocked both of us. And then he was like, so what now? What now, bro? Now, what do I do now? Because he's started something and he accomplished something. Mm-hmm. And so it's just a matter of deciding that you're going to do something. And he grew his money quickly. He was like, all right, now what's next? What do I do with this next?
And what I love about what you teach is we don't need to know all the things.
You don't need to know. You don't need to know. You don't need to know. Because I do not know. I'm figuring out something. Yo, today I was on my show, I was talking about the fact that I'm not trading. So that's advanced. That's trading stocks, but I'm not trading stocks in the first 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes is where I've been doing the stocks all along. But I just found out that trading stocks in the first 15 minutes is scary for people. Like, people avoid the first 15 minutes regardless. And I was like, oh, I just found that out. I just found it out by doing them. I found that out by doing.
Okay. You said so do not trade the first 15 minutes when
Do
the
not, because too many things are happening, and the people hold off. And so I'm doing that today. Like I'm doing that today. I'm choosing to hold off on the first 15 minutes.
Okay,
But
that's
I wouldn't
interesting.
have known that if I wasn't in the process of doing, the process
Right.
of selling, the process of looking around, the process of listening. Like, oh, let me check that out. But if I was just sitting on the sidelines, as I had been for a long time, I wouldn't have paid any attention to that. Wouldn't have paid any attention to that.
I see what you did there. That was a great analogy, sitting on the sideline. I
Sideline.
want to ask you to share with us. I love this graphic. This is so dope. I'm so proud of you because had you not said yes to doing a speech, had you not said yes to doing a speech at Rockland CSL last month, June. Oh, we're in August. I think this was June. Had you not said yes to doing a speech in upstate New York, and you were talking about money, this opportunity wouldn't have been presented to you, which you get to teach people. I'll let you share with us what I want to share this. I want to show this real quick and then have you speak to what you're going to be teaching on learn my 5 pillars of success to building wealth from where you are. Your, what do you call it? You call it your 5 big money tips. 5 big money tips. Let's go.
Money tips. Yeah. So I did a speech. Somebody called a sermon at their church, and I spoke about a lot of things, but I spoke about money in particular. And I told them that my money that my grandmother gave me was in the form of stocks,
Mm.
and I didn't know what to do with it, and so I sold it. I was like, I sold it, and I sold it and spent the money on an album. Where's my album? It's
Go
just
get it out.
somewhere, but it's somewhere. But it exists. It still exists. This album that I thought was going to change the world. I want to be the next Allah. I want to be the next Michael Jackson. I want to be the, you know what I'm saying? Like I was going to do big things with this album, but nothing happened with the album. But let me tell you, that money that she gave me as a stock, if I had just left it alone, if I had just left it alone, would be worth $1.5 million right now. $1.5 million. Just for doing nothing. All I had to do was not sell. That's it. And I was like, okay. Now I need to learn this now. Now I need to learn this. And people ask me to come back and teach them because you need to learn this. You need to learn because all I had to do was not sell and not know anything. Just not sell.
And something that simple, you just didn't know though. And yes. I want you, Sekou, because I'm sure there are other people listening who might be thinking the same thing, that they have money or they're making money or they have in the past and they did nothing with it. I think there's another way to reframe that, because even though you sold the stock because you didn't know, no one told you. Mm-hmm. You didn't just go on a shopping spree with it. You invested it in yourself, in your passion, in your music. So yes, it did not yield you $1.5 million.
Right.
But you get to start again. You get to start over. You get to start exactly where you are.
Yeah.
Which I think you ought to re-release it at this age and stage of life. Yeah. How can people benefit from the tools that you've amassed that has been helping you build wealth? Because now you have a financial advisor.
Yep.
That financial advisor has shown you how you investing as early as COVID is now paying you a monthly income.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? Like when I went in with you, Fee. When I went in, I was expecting that he was gonna say, I got $25. Period. I was thinking, $25. You know, I've got to figure what am I gonna do with the $25. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with $25. And he was like, yeah, we can give you some real money. And I was like, what?
But the fact, go ahead. What?
Yeah. So, and just the fact that my money that I've only been accumulating since COVID, COVID.
Yes.
Yes, since COVID, has been big enough to give me money back. I was like, what? That's crazy.
Sekou, I never even heard of this, a stock, investing in stocks that could pay you an income.
Me either. It was a shock to me. I was like, it's gonna pay me? Wait a minute now. My stock is about to pay me. What are you talking about? I was so hyped, so excited.
I thought you knew. You were just excited about the amount.
No, I did not know. I thought what I thought was I was going to get $25 regardless. $25 on hold, on bulk. He's going to give me $20, $25, and I'm going to do with $25. And so when he started talking about he's going to pay me, I was like, excuse me, what? What? That's why I was giggling the whole way home. I was giggling. I was like, oh, we jogged home and I was giggling. I was like,
we couldn't even walk. He had so much energy and excitement. So, fam, this could not and would not have happened had he not asked the questions. And so you get to do that if you show up, if you have a willingness to show up and have an open heart and mind and ask the questions.
Yeah.
So this is going to go down this Wednesday, August 14th, and Wednesday, August 21st, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can go to let me move this, Sekou, so we can see that address, www.sekouwrites.com /product.
No one's gonna remember that. So go to SekouWrites.com and then click on shop. It's in the shop.
Yes, and go ahead and take a screenshot of this. I love that photo so much. And so, Sekou, I would like to do something for my audience. I would like to gift someone. I would like to pour into someone. I would like to be someone's benefactor by sponsoring a spot in your course this Wednesday. And so what that means is, even though we are engaged, that doesn't mean he's giving this to me for free to pay it forward to someone else. This means that Fee King is going to come out of pocket her hard-earned, smartly earned money, and I would like to gift this to someone. And so what I need from that person, because this needs to be reciprocal, I need something in return for what I'm going to gift you. And that something in return is simply you writing. You can make a video or you can write out your why. Why does your life condition, financial life condition, why must it change? What is a sense of urgency? Not in a hurry, not in a rush, but there's a sense of urgency on your life condition. And so, Sekou, I will send you a clip of this. You can post it and share it. I'll send it to Fatima, because there's someone out there right now whose life is in the process of being transformed because they are going to show up and do the work.
Yeah, just make some small changes. Some small changes will affect you in such a big way.
In such a big way.
Yeah.
Fiance, I appreciate you. I applaud you. I support you. I think you are dope and so wise. And so that again is Sekou's 5 big money tips.
5 big money tips.
That's going down, and that's only $30 for 2 classes. That's $30.
We were supposed to do it for 60, and we ended up printing it for 30. So 30 is your advantage. That's your advantage. Get this in early and get this in cheap.
It's happening in 2 days. This is the Fee King Show. I'm your local fitness go-to girl, Fee King, your hostess with the mostest. And we have a saying that is Sekou and I, a saying and a belief and a mantra, which is now
is better
than
perfect. Now,
Thank you, Sekou.
perfect.
Now is better than perfect. Thank you so much, Sekou. Rights hang out in the green room. Fam, I bid you love, light, peace, prosperity, possibility, positivity, health, abundance, and joy, not just for today or the rest of this week or the month or even the rest of the year. I bid this for your entire life condition. We are out. Peace. Thank you, Sekou.